Hey everyone, we have a special message before we start this month's channeling. I'm going to let you take it away.
Oh, well, for those that have seen our last podcast, we mentioned it, that we're going to be opening our school platform here shortly. So by the time this goes live on YouTube, as you're watching it, as obviously you are, our school community is going to be live. And so if you look at the notes here or at the description, you'll see the link, or you can just go to school.com and in the search, put in messages for a collective and you'll see it pop up. In that, you'll get a 7-day free trial to look around and kind of see what's there. But we have a couple different levels of offerings, and one that's very similar. It's the middle tier, and that's really what you're looking at now. You're looking at the channeling. You're going to get a monthly channeling. You're going to get a Q&A with myself and Allison of really just talking about any topics, just sitting around and chatting. And these are all lives, by the way, that we'll be doing on the school platform. You'll also, if you're at the most upper tier, you'll get a past life regression or a guided meditation, as well as a themed channeling of your choice. So there's a lot of different offerings we're going to be putting up there. So please come and join us over at school, because we are going to be idling our broadcast here on YouTube for a while, and we're going to be strictly doing it over there on the school platform.
Right. And the most important thing is creating a robust community with all of you and getting to know some of you who watch it after the fact that we don't know much about you, and we would like to have an interactive platform with all of you, and we think it'd be a lot of fun.
Exactly. And when if you are looking that up, it is SKOOL.com.
Yeah, school.com.
Yep.
It's right now about 85% done. Right. So if you check it out, do know that we have some other things we're going to be working on, particularly this long weekend. But everybody gets a free 7-day trial too. So whenever you're ready, just jump on, and we would love to see you there.
Yeah.
All right. So without further ado, let's talk.
Get into the channel.
The guide.
So welcome. The collective is here for your information, knowledge, and love. What we ask of you is to sit and listen. Listen to the vibration. Listen to the frequency as it resonates throughout your body. For it is this frequency, this vibration, that you seek with the knowledge that is contained within. So allow yourself now to connect. For this period of time that you exist in, this moment here that you exist in, for as you observe your life, your existence, what do you see of it? How do you see it? Yes, this is a reflection of your memories of this life. Where do you see it? How do you see it? And as you're observing it and as you're seeing it, how does it feel? How does it resonate? Does it feel uplifted? Does it feel flat? Does it vibrate? Do you see colors? Do you see it as a memory line to the past? Do you see it even going to the future? Do you sense it moving to the future? How do you see it? How do you sense it? Why is this being asked? For many are asking themselves, for many are seeking within themselves how to connect even deeper with oneself, but they don't have a focus. Here's a focus. Focus on this moment, right now, at this moment in time of where you see yourself. Allow that to be your entry point. See, it's difficult to ask oneself, what should I be doing a year, 5 years, 2 days from now? At that moment, you don't have clarity. Why? Because you're not focused. Because you are thinking of your human activities that need to be done, or I wish to work in the past. I wish to work here in this life, in the past, and heal it. And you talk about it, and you discuss it, but you never come to the focus point right now to begin your journey, because that past is now. That future is now. Start right here. This is your focus point. This life, right at its moment, is the focus entry point. How do you feel? If you're feeling flat in your energy, that's where you begin to raise your vibration. Do the things to raise your vibration. If you feel extremely lofty in your vibration, you may need a bit of grounding in order to explore. It's assessing exactly where you are right at the moment that you wish to take that journey. You can't do the work in the past or the future if you don't know where you're anchored right now. So this is why it was asked, how do you see yourself? How does it feel? What does it look like? This is the assessment. This is how you find yourself to begin the journey. A journey, if you were to take a journey of your own human self to another location, you just don't arrive there. There's planning involved. There's organization that's involved. This should be understood as the same way. You cannot just jump back to or jump to somewhere in the future. You have to start somewhere. This is your starting point. Find that in yourself. Do that each time you wish to take a journey of that nature. First, begin right here at the center of yourself. How is your energy? How do you see yourself? Are you ready? Are you prepared to take that journey? If not, then prepare yourself. If you are, then venture away. It's your journey. This is all about understanding where you are at the moment. Once you understand that moment, you can also understand this in your everyday, in your humanness. At the moment at which you have a choice to be made, you find yourself at that center, at that moment, right there in your centeredness. And you understand whether you're ready or not. It's taking assessment of exactly the moment that you're ready. So allow yourself this exercise over the next coming days. Allow yourself to do this slowly, but you'll find that it'll become very easy and it will be very useful in any journey you wish to take, no matter how far back you wish to go or how far in the future or any other lifetime that you have existed in. You must start here, right now, at this centered point. For if you have questions, please begin.
Thank you so much for your presence this evening. Wendy B has had severe back pain from a car accident almost 30 years ago, and all of a sudden over the past several weeks, she believes her pain has been healed. What does she need to know about all of that, please?
For this understanding of healing, yes, you have associated the lack of pain with healing, and it is. But it is this notion of where from or how did it. Don't get lost in the how. Because when one gets lost in the how of how something takes place within the body, focus shifts back to what was, trying to figure out the mechanism. Rather, it is to understand energetically your alignments that have shifted substantially. Your humanness is your humanness, and it is existing as it is. But energetically, yes, there has been a significant shift in the shall be understood as the process by which you discharge. Now, this has been going on for some time, but there's a shift that took place with many of the most recent solar activities that have been induced to the Earth planet. They have shifted the framework by which you understand how energy flows through your body, and you've even felt that flow change. So think of it as a bit of a valve being opened and discharging out all of the unwanted or unaccepted pain that was there. Yes, you've been doing some work to work on it from the energetic level, but truly it is the shift in the framework of how energy is processed through your body out. Grounding, yes, you could call it that, but that is at a very rudimentary level. This is a complete discharging of energies that are been trapped and lodged in many of the tension areas of the body. But now that this has been alleviated, yes, the true healing of the physicality is going to take place. That's you could say, a byproduct of it. But you're also going to find too, in the physical body itself, you're going to feel substantially different. The body itself is shifting or rejuvenating in this framework of discharge. It is understanding it much better now.
Is that something that's going to happen to all humans soon?
For it has been happening. It isn't that it's going to get any more increased soon. It has been happening. But what the difference is now, actually more in the last 4 to 5 months, moving forward. One, Mother Earth has opened herself up to accept more of this energy, more of this discharge of energy. She's accepting more of it because she realizes that humanity has shifted. Meaning, yes, through the solar activity, through the other celestial alignments that have taken place, humanity has shifted. They've opened themselves to the discharge. Now, for many, it isn't even recognized, but for those that are recognizing it, yes, it is a process that is taking place. So it isn't that there's more of it. It's just now is the time where Mother Earth is accepting all of it. If Mother Earth wasn't accepting it, you would discharge it only to a certain point, and it'd be, think of it as water on top of the surface, not within. It would stay on top of Mother Earth, and you'd still be interacting with it. Think of it as a puddle. Now it is being absorbed appropriately. This too is helping Mother Earth shift in her energetic field, because what is taken in to be transmuted is then released in positivity.
Beautiful, thank you. So on our trip to Egypt, why was Samantha given the key to open the Isis chapel or birthing room within Hathor's temple?
Simply put, this is a remembrance of a life past. This is what you have understood of yourself. You are the, you can think of it as the, if you wish to think of yourself as a queen, yes, but it is to understand yourself as that of a bit of a gatekeeper for others in those lifetimes, to allow the access within, to open the chambers for others. You are there present to hold that space for others to open. And so this was representative of that, of you opening it for yourself, gaining access to that of the past. So yes, there is much symbology in it, but it is this direction of the past coming now to the present.
Lovely, thank you. Michelle P. wonders, she says the Egyptian government has been charging high fees to privately visit some of the sacred sites, and they're increasing the fees even higher. Is this just greed, or is there a reason that the energy needs to be protected from so many humans visiting?
For it isn't protection. One must understand this. These, as you express them, sacred sites, they're only associated with a mystique because of the age and what is unknown. So they should be open to all human beings to have access, because that access is what expands one's multidimensional self. But yes, it isn't greed, but it is more of a layer of the government putting restrictions in place to protect one's self from expanse, if you could think of it that way. And that is the initial understanding, that they believe they're protecting humanity from themselves and their expression of their multidimensional existence. Then, yes, then at the later portions of that, yes, you could say that greed does fall into it. Because, yes, they can see if one amount is charged, many will pay for it. So, yes, that's just the human existence within the calculation. But truly, these are all across the planet. It isn't just Egypt. They all should have human access. It is also understanding the human interaction with these, as you call them, sacred sites, is purposeful. Not just to the humans that experience it, but to the location. It brings a layer of consciousness into the energetic presence. It helps amplify the energy around it. So yes, if you close those sites off and charge a certain amount, it limits the amount of individuals, which limits the amount of energetic interaction, which limits that layer of consciousness. So there are many factors at play. It isn't an understanding of how to change it, but if you cannot gain access to it physically, it is to understand it. If you are to visit any of these sacred sites that are locked away, but you gain presence to them, allow your consciousness to enter the space. Allow your consciousness to enter and see what is within, and allow yourself to be present with all of it.
Thank you for that. Monica C. has a current DNA alignment with the Venusians. She's wondering what the purpose of that alignment is relative to her personal soul growth and how she can best access their wisdom and energy.
For the alignment to the Venusians is one for a personal experience, that of ancient lineage. So the Venusian energy that you are connected to, allow yourself to think of it as a trail of energy that you can connect into for growth, because it is a path, a timeline of ancient wisdom. Venusians have been here with humans from the beginning. So it is understanding the interactions that humans have had on this planet all that time, all the different indigenous beings and all the different tribal beings and all of the different humans modern humans, all of them that are aligned within the Venusian connection, they all are tied together. So yes, for your own soul growth or for your own divine growth, connecting you with that. How does one do this? It is to align yourself. Think of Mother Earth as being the focus point, but don't think of it as Mother Earth at that moment. Think of it as a sphere of space and time. As you settle with it, as you sit upon it, as you immerse yourself in it, as you are so aware, it will begin to speak to you. These voices are the voices of the past that have been aligned to the Venusians. You, because of your alignment to the Venusians, have the key to connect into it. The sphere of energy that you exist on has been here well before its consciousness, as you understand it, Mother Earth, was present. So that is what you're connecting into. This infinite past of wisdom. And so it is that action of connecting into that vibration that brings the wisdom forward into you for your soul growth.
Lovely, thank you. So we've had 3 minor earthquakes in and around Summerville, South Carolina over the past 24 hours and about 5 over the past few days. Is this a way to release without a large devastating quake, or what do we need to know about this activity recently?
For yes, from a geologic standpoint, yes, you have tension. There is tension built up beneath the surface. This is a physical state. And yes, it is relieving its own pressure. But pull that a bit further out. Many of you in this region may be feeling a bit of tension, a bit of pressure, a bit of overwhelm. You're sensing what is being produced by what Mother Earth is doing within. This is a natural course. This is a natural action. So what you can do energetically for yourself, if you're feeling that tension or that pressure, is to find those calming moments of relaxation, a meditation, sound, to de-stress the vibrations in your own body. As individuals do this collectively throughout the region, this too will alleviate the tension and the pressure within. The geologic motion is still going to take place, but yes, it can help ease a greater release. So it is understanding the process. This is also a reflection of self.
Good to know, thank you. Lauren G is wondering what's the most important thing for her to know and act on right now.
Very similar to the opening conversation. This inner reflection of self, this centeredness of self. This is a repeating message to self. It is this of self. This is your time. This is your reflection. This is your projection. The image of what was is different than the image of what is and what will be. So allow yourself this inner vision, this inner vision of self to find that center. This then becomes the projection that all see.
Lovely, thank you. Maria wonders how we can use the strong and fast, fiery energy of this year, the year of the fire horse, without burning everything to the ground. How do we harness its power and use it as fuel?
First, it is understanding there are moments that are necessary of complete destruction in all cycles of life. For once there is destruction, there is rebirth. So it is understanding that that's where you begin to harness it. So once you understand that where complete destruction was, there is rebirth. Once you understand this, you harness the understanding that destruction may be necessary. Now, this is all from an energetic perspective. This does not allude to that humanity and any destruction within humanity. This is understanding your energetic path through this cycle of time of this year. There are going to be moments that you have to let the fire burn. The fire can be controlled. How? How do you control fire that is, say, in wilderness? You set a boundary. You set a boundary so that it does not escape the boundary, but it burns within. So it clears, so it can rejuvenate and bloom greener than before. Therefore, it is understanding these boundaries. And what are the boundaries? It is finding that moment in time to have the observation of what it is that needs to be burned with the fire of change. It might be a relationship. It might be a decision. It might be an action. An action is physical. That fire is then within. So you must contain it within, in the boundary of the physicality, to allow it to burn and show you where the weakness and strength lie. So it is understanding the appropriate boundary to contain that is, yes, destructive, but yet purposeful. This is how this period of time of this year is to progress. It's harnessing the power of your own understanding of the destruction so that it is bringing on change. Set a boundary to contain the fire, not allowing it to escape.
Good to know. Thank you. Sam C says a few days ago, she saw the most perfect angel with a trumpet in the sky. 5 minutes after that, she saw a beautiful cloud dragon. What does she need to know about these visions that she saw in the sky?
For it is your, both your angelics and your dragons all being present around you. It is the support that are there for you. You see, this process of transformation that you've been through, you've been working on this transformation on the physical, completely on the physical. But this is a reminder that you're also being supported by so many others to keep you strong, to keep you healthy, to keep you present. And this is just a reminder that, yes, they are there, and to allow your focus to shift at some of the most difficult times to them so that you can be strengthened once again. And it doesn't all have to be within the human physical framework of existence.
Thank you for that. Margie says she's been drawn to Mount Shasta for quite some time and is finally getting an opportunity to visit there in August. How is she connected to that energy? And what can she do to prepare now so that she can best use this opportunity for her highest and best?
One, it is the open vastness of what there is to experience. It is to see well beyond what the sight will allow you. There will be much to take in the physical sense, but it's what you see beyond it that's most important. But it is also understanding all of the beings that are going to greet you once you arrive. Many of them have been starting to introduce themselves now. Terra beings, inner earth beings. They're all beginning to nudge you in a certain way. They will greet you as a welcoming party, if you wish to think of it that way. And you can, in your quiet moments, allow them to guide you, allow them to take you further in to the denseness of the forest before you, up the side of the mountain, down within the mountain. For you're preparing your energies now, you're already doing so. So allow yourself this acknowledgement that it is taking place, and just to be present with the knowing that you're going to be welcomed once you arrive.
Fantastic, thank you. Judy H. has a humanitarian project that she's working on that provides a pathway from survival to sovereignty. What does she need to know about its success, as well as any concerns relative to accepting funds from governmental sources?
First, it is, as you understand it, this expression of sovereignty. This is your focus. You know it well for yourself. But now it is to integrate it a bit deeper. There is a layer of sovereignty within, say, the non-physical plane that will guide you in these other decisions of the financial understandings. Sovereignty is an envelope, yes, one exists in. They can choose how large their space is of, or their container of sovereignty is, or how close it is. You also have your understanding of the physical sovereignty of a human being. It's integrating the two as one. This energetic space, this container, this envelope, sovereignty, how does it present itself? Many understand it as the sense you receive when you are connecting with someone. In a conversation, they sit across from you, in a room of other individuals. If you are overly sensitive, it feels as if it is bombarding you and you're not standing strong, so that affects the physicality and you withdraw within the physicality. This energetic sovereignty announces itself before you even arrive. You send it out before you. It's a signature, it's a calling card, it's you presenting yourself before you physically arrive. And once you arrive, it has been prepared and you step within that sphere of energy, that container of energy. You are now united with it. And so that if those that wish to interact with you, they know the agreement. They know not to get too close. They know not to thrust themselves. They know not to speak in certain ways. They address you differently. This will become more pertinent when you begin to discuss with the government agencies and the financial aspects. You prepare the space well ahead. You send your sovereign self energetically ahead to prepare it. This tempers the relationship so that all can equalize the understandings and the contracts.
Thank you. Very helpful. What do we need to be aware of as we approach this eclipse in the next week or so?
For those that are in the direct path, allow ourselves to be observant of it. Think of it in a manner of a sunrise and a sunset without a sunrise and a sunset. It is transformational for your energy. You're allowing the sun to set while the sun is in the sky, and you're allowing it to rise once again. You are setting and rising all within one moment. Your energy allows a moment of settling, to take a breath, to calm it, to release anything that is not serving, that needs not to be there, any thoughts that are errant. Allow yourself that moment of peace within the darkness. Then, as it rises once again, inhale, cleanse all of it, and start afresh. For those that are not in the observant path, you too can feel the presence of this change. It'll feel much more subtle. But in that period of time, find yourself relaxing, breathing in and exhaling. This is the transformational process that many are experiencing. You're assisting with that. Think of yourselves on the outside as being aids to those on the inside. It is just a transformational process, not only physically for that of this eclipse, but that of the being itself.
Thank you. Thank you for that. What does Elaine need to know today, please?
It is to settle the breath, relax into the focus, and understand that this that has been calling you will remain. This gift that you have is not to be hidden, but it is also understanding the process of this human and integrating it, not as two separate things, but as one, and not to be ashamed, but to be present in it, to breathe into it, that is you. This is you, and what your gift is you, so allow it to be. But to relax, you need to relax into oneself, into this existence, to be calm and present around all. Many are wishing to speak, but you understand how to bring them through as they need. You are their voice.
Thank you for that. So we've been working with Blue Lotus a lot lately, drinking tea and also in the oil and so forth. And we understand the history of how Blue Lotus is beneficial. What is your perspective on that flower and how we can best make use of it?
Oh, yes, and whether it is ceremonial, whether it is for medicine, or whether it is just to observe, it is understanding that what is provided with the Blue Lotus is very similar to what other plants or medicine that Mother Earth has provided. This just happens to be one from one particular region. It is as you have introduced yourself to it. You've brought yourself into communion with it. You've allowed yourself to consume it and experience it. You can sit with it in many ways, whether it is in deep ceremony or just for enjoyment. This is the same for all medicines that Mother Earth provides. From a ceremonial aspect, yes, you set intention, you open your consciousness, you allow the medicine to take you on a journey through your dreams and your quiet state. But if you wish to enjoy it outside of that ceremonial process, then do the same. Thank it. You don't need to set an intention, but thank you for all of the potential that you wish to provide me while I partake in your medicine, and allow it to raise my vibration for the day. Allow it to give me clarity throughout the day. And I thank you for that. So it can be used both ways. All medicines that Mother Earth provide will show you different aspects if you ask.
Thank you for that. What do we need to know or think about as we move forward to create this new school community?
To continue just as you are. Do not look out over it as something that is any different than what you have already created. This is just a new avenue to introduce yourself to more individuals and more beings, if you wish, This is just another expanse of what you are already doing. So enjoy what you are doing. Don't look upon it as a task. And this is for all humans to understand. If they're questioning their employment, if they're questioning their job choice, if they're questioning what they are to do with their life, when you look at it as what do you have to do with your life, or how is this going to benefit me? Well, then it becomes a task. It becomes toil for your existence. But if it is something that you are already doing or even enjoy, then do it and continue to enjoy it. If you're in a situation where you don't enjoy it, there is something to enjoy within it. Find that. Just as it was in the opening, to find that centeredness of self, that point at which you can begin your journey. Even in the midst of a uncomfortable employment or even relationship or friendship, it is to look at it as, wait, there is enjoyment here. I just have to find it. I have to focus into that. And this begins to change the dynamic, the perspective of where you are and who you interact with. So allow that to be an understanding of one's existence, not just for one thing that you are going to do. Even in the darkest moments, there is light, and that is for you to seek. And when you see the least little bit of glimmer of light, that means everything is okay. You can expand from there and find a new path. So that is your understanding.
Very neat, thank you. And you've kind of teased with this idea of new beings. Are there going to be new energetic beings that we haven't interacted with before?
For as all consciousness come together, many other beings will be introduced. Just allow yourself to enjoy the path forward.
Will do. Thank you. Before we close, are there any final remarks, please?
For it is, as you move forward in the days to come, think of it as you wake tomorrow, that this is a new journey that I'm setting out upon. And before you take the first step out of bed, just take a moment and organize your centeredness. Prepare for your journey that day. And allow yourself that peace within through breath, through relaxation, just for that moment, so that you have clarity for the next step that you take. That is the journey you set out upon. Doesn't matter whether it's past, present, or future.
Outstanding. Thank you so very much for your presence tonight.
Thank you. And as always, the collective is here for your information, knowledge.